Most people think aging comes from time. But in my experience, aging starts with forgotten breakfasts. Hello my friend, I'm Dr. James, and today, I'd like to invite you to start your mornings a little differently. If you're over 50, and you often wake up feeling tired even after a full night's sleep, struggle with brain fog or poor focus, or just grab a cup of coffee and rush into your day, then I truly hope you'll stay with me through the end of this video, because what you eat, or skip, at breakfast could be quietly shaping your memory, your heart, your blood sugar, and the quality of your life more than you realize. Direct Hit. This isn't just a feel-good food list. We'll walk through 8 powerful breakfast foods I personally recommend to anyone over 50 who wants to. Heavy checkmark: sharpen memory. Heavy checkmark: stabilize blood pressure. Heavy checkmark: ease joint pain. Heavy checkmark: lower risk of diabetes. Heavy checkmark: and stay active, independent, and joyful longer. Test tube. The science is clear. According to Harvard Medical School, 2020, older adults who eat a balanced breakfast have significantly lower risk of heart disease and stroke. And the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, AJCN, 2021, found that skipping breakfast regularly can increase your risk of cognitive decline by up to 35%. Warning: but here's the problem: many people are eating the wrong way. They add sugar and condensed milk to their oatmeal, drink orange juice without pairing it with fiber or healthy fat, or eat eggs but pair them with processed meats. I'm here to help you do it right, simply, clearly, and realistically. Throughout this video, you'll hear true stories of patients, friends, and even loved ones who transformed their health by simply changing how they start the day. And I'll walk you through each food, how to use it, common mistakes, and little tricks to help your body absorb more of the good stuff. Pushpin. And trust me, food number 8 will surprise you. It's something most Americans overlook. Yet if used properly, it can protect your brain, heart, joints, and eyes, all before noon. So if you truly care about your health after 50, this is the one video I believe you can't afford to miss. Ready? Let's start with the first food I recommend for anyone on the path to better health after 50, bowl with spoon. Oatmeal, the silent guardian of your heart. Oatmeal, the shield for your heart and blood sugar. If I could choose just one breakfast food for anyone over 60, I'd choose oatmeal. Why is oatmeal so powerful? Because it's one of the rare grains that doesn't just stabilize blood sugar, it also supports digestion, lowers cholesterol, and gives you steady, lasting energy, all morning long. Even better, it doesn't spike your insulin the way white bread or sugary cereals do. Even better, it doesn't spike your insulin the way white bread or sugary cereals do. Test tube backed by research. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2016, found that, microscope. Older adults who ate one bowl of oatmeal each morning for 4 weeks reduced their LDL, bad cholesterol, by an average of 9%. Compared to those who ate instant cereal, that's thanks to beta-glucan, a soluble fiber in oats that turns into a gel in your gut, trapping excess cholesterol and flushing it from your system. In simple terms, oatmeal acts like a sponge for bad cholesterol, without medication, and without side effects. Linda, 68, came to my clinic with early-stage hypertension and an LDL level of 160 mg per deciliter, too high for her age. Here's the thing, she wasn't skipping breakfast, but her breakfast was white bread with peanut butter or sugary packaged cereal. We switched her routine to rolled oats cooked in water, a few walnuts, thin slices of apple, a glass of warm water. 6 weeks later, her LDL dropped to 139 mg per deciliter. But what struck me most was this: for the first time in years, I felt mentally clear and not tired in the morning. Warning: common oatmeal mistakes. Many think they're eating healthy oatmeal, but they're unknowingly turning it into a sugar bomb. Here's what to avoid: prohibited too much honey, brown sugar, or condensed milk, prohibited sweetened dairy or flavored milks, prohibited overripe bananas, raisins, or dried fruit packed with sugar. White heavy checkmark. My doctor's tips: use rolled or steel-cut oats, Not instant packets with added flavors. Add unsalted nuts, fresh fruits like apples or blueberries, sprinkle in chia seeds or ground flax for added fiber and plant-based omega-3s, brain long-term benefits for seniors, lowers LDL cholesterol, reduces risk of heart attack and stroke, stabilizes blood sugar, helps prevent type 2 diabetes. High fiber prevents constipation and supports gut health, slow digesting carbs keeps energy levels even. All morning, breakfast doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be right, and consistent, and a simple bowl of oatmeal every morning, that might just be the first step to protecting your heart, your brain, and your digestive system after 60, and yes, oatmeal has been my personal morning choice for over 20 years, not because it's trendy. Because it works. Greek yogurt, the breakfast that builds muscle, bones, and a healthy gut after 60. After 60, we start to lose something that most people don't even notice, muscle. I've had so many patients over the years look me in the eye and ask, "Doc, I eat just fine, so why do I feel weaker every day?" And my answer usually comes down to one word: protein, not enough of it, and not the right kind. That's why I often recommend something simple, creamy, and powerful for breakfast: Greek yogurt. DNA. What makes Greek yogurt different? Not all yogurt is created equal. Greek yogurt is strained to remove excess whey. That gives it a thicker, creamier texture, and nearly twice the protein of regular yogurt. In just one small serving, about 6 ounces, you'll get 15-20 g of high-quality, easily digestible protein, natural probiotics to support digestion, calcium and vitamin D to keep your bones strong. A 2021 study in Frontiers in Nutrition found, microscope older adults who ate high-protein breakfasts retained 31% more muscle mass than those who skimped on protein. And Greek yogurt is especially effective because it's gentle on the stomach, something very important as we age. It's also rich in probiotic strains like Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium lactis, which help restore balance in the gut microbiome, boosting both digestion and nutrient absorption. Arthur was a retired postal worker, 72 years old. Kind smile, but slow, uncertain steps. "I feel like I can't trust my legs anymore," he said. "I'm eating the same, but I've lost weight and feel weak." So I asked him, "What's your breakfast like?" He chuckled and said, "Mostly coffee and a cookie." We made one change: 1 cup of Greek yogurt, a few walnuts, some fresh blueberries or half a banana. Just 5 weeks later, he came back beaming, "Doc, I feel lighter but stronger. My legs feel steadier. And for once, I'm not bloated all day." Warning: common Greek yogurt mistakes: prohibited buying flavored yogurts full of sugar or artificial sweeteners, prohibited pairing yogurt with sugary granola, prohibited choosing yogurts with only 5-6 g of protein per serving. White heavy checkmark. My doctor's tips: choose plain Greek yogurt, with at least 10-15 g of protein per serving, add a pinch of cinnamon, chia seeds, or a handful of berries to enhance taste and nutrition. Eat it in the morning or mid-morning, when your digestive system is most active. Bone long-term benefits: preserves lean muscle, supports strength, mobility, independence, enhances digestion, reduces bloating, gas, and constipation, improves calcium absorption, reduces risk of fractures and osteoporosis. Boosts gut health, supports immunity and reduces inflammation. After 60, maintaining muscle means maintaining your independence, and Greek yogurt is more than a light snack. It's a small but mighty dose of daily nutrition that helps you stay upright, feel full, and live strong. Personally, I've had Greek yogurt in my morning routine for years. It's one of those rare foods that's as kind to your gut as it is to your bones. Berries, tiny superfoods that feed your memory. After 60, you don't need a brain supplement if you know how to feed your brain with the right foods from nature. One of the most common questions I get from older patients is, "Doc, is there any pill to help me remember better? I keep forgetting things." And I always smile and reply, "Yes, but it doesn't come in a bottle. It comes in a small, colorful bite. I call it memory wrapped in a skin, berries. Brain. Why are berries so important after 60? Berries like blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are delicious, easy to eat, and packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that reduce brain inflammation, flavonoids, polyphenol, improve blood flow to the brain. Enhance memory. Vitamin C boosts immunity and slows down age-related cell damage. The Harvard Nurses' Health Study, 2012, followed over 16,000 women for 20 years and found, microscope women who ate 1 to 2 servings of berries per week had slower cognitive decline, by up to 2.5 years, compared to those who didn't, and according to the Journal of Nutrition and Aging, 2019, microscope seniors who consumed blueberries daily showed improved learning and faster reaction times, within just 3 months. Elaine, 66, used to be vibrant and chatty, but lately, her daughter noticed something off. Mom forgets words mid-sentence. She's not herself. After ruling out serious conditions, I asked about her diet. She rarely ate fruit, especially not berries, so I suggested a simple change: 1 cup of Greek yogurt, a handful of fresh blueberries, a sprinkle of chia seeds and slivered almonds. 6 weeks later, she came back smiling. Maybe it's coincidence, but I'm speaking more clearly. I remember things better. My head just feels lighter. Warning: common mistakes with berries: prohibited buying frozen berries with added sugars or syrup, prohibited eating dried fruit thinking it's healthy when it's packed with sugar, prohibited eating only a few berries, not enough to see real benefits. White heavy checkmark. My doctor's tips: choose fresh or unsweetened frozen berries, eat at least half a cup per day, in your breakfast, as a snack, or with yogurt. Pair them with healthy fats like nuts or Greek yogurt to boost absorption of antioxidants, shield whole body benefits, protects neurons and sharpens memory, fights aging through powerful antioxidants, reduces inflammation throughout the body, boosts the immune system, keeping you strong year-round. A small handful of berries each morning won't just feed your memory, they serve as a protective shield for your heart, your immune system, and your mood. And the best part, you don't have to eat a lot, you just need to eat them consistently. EGGS, the most powerful, misunderstood superfood for seniors. If you've been told eggs are bad for your heart, you might be avoiding one of the most nutrient-rich foods for older adults. I get it. For decades, eggs were painted as the enemy. How many times have you heard, "Don't eat too many eggs, they'll raise your cholesterol"? So many of my patients over 50 stopped eating eggs altogether, but in doing so, they lost more than they realized. They gave up one of the best sources of protein, brain-nourishing choline, and eye-protecting antioxidants, all packed in a tiny, affordable shell. Egg. Why are eggs a perfect breakfast after 50? 1 simple egg contains 6 to 7 grams of high-quality protein. Choline, essential for brain health and memory. Lutein, zeaxanthin, antioxidants that protect your vision. Vitamin D, B12, iron, zinc, nutrients many older adults lack. And here's the beauty of it: eggs are easy to cook, easy to digest, and cost less than most supplements, according to the British Journal of Nutrition, 2020. Microscope seniors who ate 1 to 2 eggs daily for 12 weeks did not increase LDL, bad cholesterol. In fact, they boosted HDL, good cholesterol. Meanwhile, Tufts University, 2017, found, microscope choline from eggs improved memory and processing speed in adults over 60. That's not myth. That's measurable, proven brain support. Bernard, 74, loved reading. But recently, he said, "Doc, I can't read for long anymore. The screen feels too bright. My eyes get tired." It wasn't a major eye disease, just early signs of macular degeneration, very common after 60. I suggested this simple fix: 1 or 2 boiled or soft-cooked eggs each morning, paired with leafy greens for added lutein. 3 months later, Bernard came back, set a book on my desk and smiled. "I read for 2 hours straight yesterday, and my eyes didn't complain once. Thank you for the simplest advice that made the biggest difference. Warning: common misconceptions about eggs. Eggs raise cholesterol. Not true for most healthy people. Eggs don't significantly raise LDL. In fact, they help raise HDL, the good kind. Only eat egg whites. That's where we go wrong. The yolk contains almost all the choline, lutein, and essential vitamins. Don't eat eggs every day. Old advice. New studies show that 1 to 2 eggs daily are safe for most adults and beneficial when eaten properly. White heavy checkmark. How to eat eggs the right way after 50. Boil, poach, or pan fry without oil. Pair with greens, avocado, or whole grain toast. Avoid deep frying or eating with processed meats like bacon or sausage, if you have high cholesterol. Consult your doctor, but in many cases, 4 to 6 eggs a week is perfectly safe. Light bulb benefits of eating eggs consistently: supports sharp thinking and memory, preserves muscle strength, protects eyesight and slows macular degeneration, keeps you full longer, without heavy digestion. Eggs are not the villain. They are one of the most affordable and complete sources of nutrition for seniors. I've been eating 1 boiled egg every morning since I turned 55, and I've never felt more mentally alert or physically steady. Bananas, the gentle energy boost for your heart, muscles, and mood after 60. Some mornings feel so heavy, you just want to skip breakfast. But sometimes, 1 ripe banana, soft, easy, comforting, can be the quiet friend your aging body needs. I've met so many older patients, especially those living alone, who confess they often skip breakfast. It just feels like a chore. Eating doesn't give me energy like it used to. But here's the truth, that fatigue doesn't come from aging, it comes from missing the kind of energy your body can actually use, gently and steadily, and sometimes, all it takes to turn that around is a banana. Yellow heart. Why are bananas perfect for people over 50? Bananas are one of the easiest fruits to digest, rich in natural energy, gentle on older stomachs that may not handle heavy meals. 1 medium banana gives you potassium, stabilizes blood pressure and reduces stroke risk. Vitamin B6, supports brain health and mood balance. Soluble fiber, aids digestion and regularity. Natural sugars, offer energy without spiking blood sugar, if paired right. The British Journal of Nutrition, 2013, reported, microscope people who ate 1 banana a day had lower blood pressure and 27% less risk of heart disease compared to those who didn't, and Harvard Health Publishing, 2019, highlighted, microscope vitamin B6 in bananas helps boost serotonin, the hormone that regulates mood, sleep, and mental clarity in older adults. Margaret, 70, had recently lost her husband and lived alone. She told me, I just can't face breakfast anymore. It feels like a burden. She often felt dizzy in the morning, her blood pressure low, and her mood heavy. I didn't ask her to eat a full meal, I simply said, start with a banana. That's it. A few weeks later, she came back smiling softly. I don't shake in the morning anymore. I even started walking a little after sunrise. All thanks to that 1 banana. Warning: common mistakes with bananas. Prohibited eating overripe bananas or pairing them with sugary foods can cause blood sugar spikes. Prohibited eating bananas on an empty stomach with nothing else may lead to a quick energy crash. Prohibited thinking bananas are useless just because they're cheap. A huge misconception. White heavy checkmark. How to eat bananas the right way after 50. Choose medium ripe bananas. Yellow with small brown spots. Pair with Greek yogurt, nuts, or oats to slow sugar absorption, if you have diabetes. Eat bananas with protein or healthy fat to keep blood sugar stable. Use bananas as a mid-morning snack or post-walk recovery food. Man in lotus position. Whole body benefits, naturally balances blood pressure, reduces risk of stroke and heart arrhythmias, improves digestion and relieves constipation, lifts mood, calms anxiety, and improves sleep. provides clean, lasting energy without caffeine. Bananas aren't basic. For people over 50, they're one of nature's most accessible gifts, gentle on the stomach, rich in benefits for the heart, brain, and spirit. If you're not sure where to start each morning, start with a banana. Nut seeds, small but mighty guardians of your heart, joints, and longevity. One small handful of nuts each morning can make a big difference, not in a day or two, but across every heartbeat, every joint, every vessel in your aging body. I still remember an 85-year-old gentleman sitting in my clinic, hands slightly trembling. He said, "I don't take any supplements." Document. "Just a handful of almonds every morning." I smiled. But when I saw his test results, cholesterol levels, excellent, blood pressure, stable, bone density, strong, and his mind, clear as ever, sometimes, it's not pills we're missing, it's the simple things, like nuts and seeds. Why are nuts and seeds so good for people over 50? Varieties like walnuts, almonds, chia seeds, flax seeds, and pumpkin seeds are packed with healthy fats, support heart and brain health, plant-based omega-3s, reduce joint inflammation and support memory, soluble fiber, aids digestion and lowers bad cholesterol, vitamin E, magnesium, zinc, build strong bones and slow aging, plant protein, preserves muscle without stressing your stomach. A large study from Harvard Th Chan School of Public Health, 2016, involving nearly 210,000 participants found, microscope people who ate nuts daily had a 20% lower risk of dying from heart disease and a 30% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Meanwhile, the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2021, showed microscope chia and flax seeds help reduce blood pressure, ease systemic inflammation, and improve gut health, especially in adults over 60. Teresa, 69, came to me with stiff, aching hands, especially in the mornings. It was early-stage arthritis in her finger joints. Instead of reaching for pain pills right away, I suggested a tablespoon of ground flaxseed, a few walnuts each morning, sprinkled over oatmeal or stirred into Greek yogurt. After 8 weeks, she returned and held out her hands with a smile. "It's not gone completely, but it doesn't hurt nearly as much. I can knit again, and that's a joy I thought I'd lost." Warning: common mistakes with nuts and seeds: prohibited choosing salted, roasted, or sweetened varieties, can raise blood pressure and add excess calories. Prohibited eating too many, they're nutrient-dense, but high in calories. Portion control matters. Prohibited not chewing thoroughly or eating seeds raw and unsoaked, may cause bloating or limit nutrient absorption. White heavy checkmark: how to eat nuts and seeds the right way after 50, choose raw, unsalted, and unflavored varieties, eat about 1 ounce, 28 g, per day, a small handful. Soak almonds and walnuts overnight to aid digestion, grind flax seeds or chia seeds for better absorption, mix into oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. Red heart long-term benefits: protects the heart and improves cholesterol, reduces inflammation, eases arthritis and joint pain, supports healthy skin and slows aging, boosts brain function and reduces oxidative stress, enhances digestion and promotes natural fullness. Nuts aren't just snacks, they're a quiet, powerful daily ritual for anyone who wants to age with strength and clarity. I eat a small handful of raw nuts every morning, not because it's trendy, but because it's the simplest, most reliable way to nourish my heart, brain, and bones. Cottage cheese, light, protein-rich, and bone-loving fuel for seniors. As we age, we don't always need to eat more, sometimes, we just need to eat smarter. Many of my older patients tell me, "Doc, I just don't feel like eating much these days." And I understand. After 60, appetite often shrinks, but unfortunately, so does muscle and bone density, unless we give our bodies what they need to maintain strength. That's why I often recommend a food that's gentle, high in protein, and surprisingly easy to digest: cottage cheese. DNA. What is cottage cheese? cottage cheese is a fresh, soft, mild-tasting cheese, different from the strong, aged varieties. It has a texture similar to thick yogurt and is rich in nutrients. Low in sugar, and ideal for older adults with sensitive stomachs, just half a cup, about 100 g, contains 11-15 g of complete protein, calcium phosphorus, for strong bones, vitamin B12, supports nerves and spinal health, low fat low sugar, good for weight and blood sugar control. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found, microscope daily cottage cheese consumption improved bone density in older adults, especially when combined with light exercise, and the British Nutrition Foundation, 2020, noted, microscope casein protein in cottage cheese digests slowly, helping maintain muscle mass more effectively than fast-absorbing proteins like whey, especially beneficial for seniors. Ellen, 63, had lost her appetite after a stressful year. She dropped weight quickly, lost arm strength, and scans showed early signs of osteoporosis. She didn't tolerate meat well, and milk upset her stomach, so I suggested something easier. Just try 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese each morning, add some fruit or a few almonds. 1 month later, Ellen returned, smiling and stronger. I'm eating again. Not because I have to, but because my body feels better when I do. Warning: common misconceptions about cottage cheese: cross-marked cheese is fattening and bad for the heart. Not true for low-fat cottage cheese, which is low in saturated fat and sodium. Cross-marked cheese is hard to digest. Cottage cheese contains less lactose than milk, and is easier on sensitive digestion. Cross-marked cheese doesn't help bones. In fact, cottage cheese is rich in calcium and protein, 2 of the most important nutrients for bone strength. White heavy checkmark. How to eat cottage cheese the smart way: eat 2 to 3 tablespoons, 80-100 g, in the morning, pair with berries, banana slices, or oats, sprinkle with cinnamon or crushed walnuts for flavor and benefits. Choose low-fat, low-sodium varieties, preferably with added vitamin D. Avoid brands with added sugar, cream, or artificial flavorings. Bone long-term benefits: supports bone strength and slows osteoporosis, maintains lean muscle mass even with low appetite, improves digestion and keeps you full longer, aids in healthy weight control, helps reduce mild inflammation in aging joints. You don't need a fancy diet to age well. Sometimes, just 2 spoonfuls of the right food each morning is enough to protect your bones, energize your day, and bring balance to your body. I've recommended cottage cheese for decades, not because it's trendy, but because it works: simple, affordable, and deeply nourishing. Avocado, the good fat that feeds your heart, brain, and aging beautifully. Not all fats are bad. Some fats sharpen your memory, strengthen your heartbeat, and keep your skin glowing with life. Avocados are one of those gifts. There was a time when fat was feared. Doctors, diet books, even TV shows told us, avoid avocados, they're full of fat. And sadly, many seniors listened. They removed this creamy fruit from their lives, without knowing that modern science tells a different story, and that story is full of hope. Greenheart: why are avocados perfect after 50? Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that supports heart health, brain clarity, hormonal balance after midlife. 1 medium avocado contains over 20 essential nutrients, including potassium, folate, vitamins E, B6, healthy fats that lower bad cholesterol, LDL, and raise the good, HDL, lutein, a powerful antioxidant that protects both the brain and eyes, fiber that keeps digestion smooth and blood sugar stable. A study in the Journal of the American Heart Association, 2015, found, microscope people who ate 1 avocado per day reduced their LDL cholesterol by an average of 13.5 milligrams per deciliter in just 5 weeks, and in 2022, a study published in Neurology, a leading journal of the American Academy of Neurology, showed microscope older adults who consumed avocados regularly had higher white matter density in the brain, indicating better memory and thinking speed. Daniel, 71, once said to me, "I love avocados," document. "But I gave them up years ago, thought they'd mess with my cholesterol." I smiled and encouraged him to bring them back, but in a smart way: half an avocado, smashed on whole grain toast, 1 boiled egg, a sprinkle of chia seeds. 2 months later, Daniel returned with a calm energy. Document: no energy crashes, no fuzzy brain. My labs are better, and I actually enjoy breakfast again. Warning: common avocado mistakes: prohibited eating it with sugar, condensed milk, or sweetened yogurt, a popular but harmful habit, kills the heart. Healthy benefit: prohibited eating too much at once, though healthy, avocados are calorie dense. Portion matters: prohibited avoiding it altogether due to old myths about fat, a common mistake, especially among seniors worried about cholesterol. White heavy checkmark: how to enjoy avocado the right way: 1/4 to 1/2 avocado per day is ideal. Pair with eggs, whole grain bread, or leafy greens. Use in salads, smoothies, unsweetened, or spread it as a base. Avoid pairing with added sugar, cream, or processed fats. Combine with fiber and protein to stay full longer and stabilize blood sugar. Brain full body benefits: lowers LDL and raises HDL cholesterol, supports brain function and protects memory, reduces inflammation in joints and tissues, improves skin health and slows visible aging, boosts absorption of vitamins A, D, E, and K, especially important for seniors. Avocados aren't just trendy, they are a green gift from nature, simple, nutrient-dense, and beautifully effective when used wisely. I used to hesitate, just like many of my patients, but the more I studied the science and felt the difference myself, the more I realized I'd been wrong for years. My dear friends, if there's one message I hope you carry with you today, it's this: your breakfast isn't just a meal, it's a quiet promise you make to your body that you still care, that you still choose life. Every morning, as we get older, health can start to feel complicated: blood tests, doctor visits, medications, but not everything needs to be hard. Sometimes, true healing begins with a spoonful of yogurt, a slice of avocado, or a warm bowl of oatmeal. Simple, nourishing foods, taken slowly, with love. Each of the 8 foods we explored today was chosen not just for nutrients, but for what they represent: brain cognitive strength, to keep your mind sharp; red heart cardiovascular care, to protect your heart; flexed biceps muscle and bone support, to keep you strong; smiling face with smiling eyes, digestive peace and emotional balance, to help you feel light and grounded. These are more than ingredients, they are allies on your journey toward a longer, stronger, and more vibrant life. Before you pour your coffee tomorrow morning, ask yourself: ballot box with check, did I eat something that nourishes my heart and brain? Ballot box with check, did I include protein, fiber, and healthy fats? Ballot box with check, did I take a few quiet minutes to be present with my food and myself? If the answer is yes, then you're already winning, not just in health, but in living with intention. You don't need to eat all 8 foods every day, pick 2 or 3 that suit your taste and routine. Over time, even these small habits can create powerful change, and if you ever feel discouraged, remember this: it's never too late to start eating like someone you love. If today's video helped you feel more hopeful, more informed, or more inspired, please hit that like button, share it with someone you care about, and most of all, backhand index pointing right, subscribe to this channel. Better health after 50. We have so much more to explore together, from breakfast choices to sleep, movement, medications, and mindset. You'll find science, stories, and support here, and I'll be right here, your doctor, your friend, your companion in this next beautiful chapter of life. Take care of yourself, eat slowly, breathe deeply, live fully. Until next time, I'm Dr. James. Thank you for being here. Yellow Heart.